This is part of my lawn, and this is what the soil looks like underneath the grass. But even despite that, we are growing all kinds of stuff. Tomatoes, sunflowers. We got some giant pumpkin vines growing in here. This bad soil doesn't matter. Over the past 3 years, we've taken soil just like that, real bad stuff, and built up the soil into soil that is making plants thrive. But that doesn't mean you gotta wait 3 years to start planting. You could plant in just about any type of soil. I'm gonna show you the method that I've used over the past few years in order to plant immediately. So I expanded my garden this year from here on out. This was all lawn, just like here, but I wanted to plant in this area. And the tomatoes are enjoying it. You can see where the stem goes down into the grass here, through the grass and into this trash. So this is going to be a simple but effective process. What I'm going to do is take this shovel. I am going to chop a 12-inch diameter circle into this grass. I'm going to pry this grass up and get it out of the way. You know you're dealing with some tough ground when you're bending the shovel, trying to push it into the earth. Here we go. Look what we got. We got some really tough clay, some sand mixed in there, bunch of giant rocks. Definitely not ideal conditions to plant a garden. But we are going to fix that by going with the shovel back again. We're gonna dig down probably about 10 inches to a foot. We're gonna take this clay and the sand, we're gonna put it in this bucket for now. A giant rock like this, we're gonna take that and throw it off to the side. And there we have it. I got down as far as I could before I was hitting some really tough clay. This is what we dug out. It's a clay, sand, rock mix. Now, one thing about this is clay is high in minerals, so even though it's compacted, we want to put some of this back in because this has got some good stuff in it. Before we put it back in, we got to fluff her up a little bit. So I got another bucket here. I'm going to make my fluff mix in here. So different materials, cheap materials you can use to fix your soil in isolated spots. Here I have some peat moss inside here already. One of my favorites is cheap potting soil. Those two are readily available. I also like to use compost from the chicken composting system. And this is also a good time for any nutrients you want to add in, like bone meal, blood meal, any other fertilizers. Put it in this mix. So no specific ratio here. I'll just grab some potting soil, put it in here with the peat. You don't even need the peat. You could just use potting mix. That's what I usually do. But if you got it, might as well use it. From here, I'll go ahead, I'll take some blood meal, mix her up in there, some bone meal. Depending on how many plants I'm going to be planting, I'll keep going with this till I think I have a decent amount in here. This is what our mix looks like. It's just some potting soil, peat, little blood meal, and bone meal. So we got our hole we dug. We have the native soil or clay and sand that we took out. We got our fluff mix, and I have an Atlantic giant pumpkin that I'm going to set in here. Real simple process here. The hardest part was digging the hole. Let's reach in, let's get some of our fluff. We're just gonna kind of sprinkle it in there. Just get a nice dusting around the edges here. Maybe about an inch or two on the bottom of this hole. Then come back with the disgusting native stuff. Here's your chance to break it up, spread it in there, equal amounts as the fluff that you put in there. We're gonna keep building this up that same way till we get it to the right height to plant this plant. We got about another 2 inches or so. So this is important to mix these because we're keeping a lot of that native biology that is living in this soil. That is very important. That's going to help this do something cool that we'll talk about after we get this pumpkin in the ground. Tickle it with the fingers once in a while. This is what it looks like all mixed up. Looks like we're at a decent height right there. Go ahead and pop her out, a little root bound, because these have been sitting here for about a month now. They should have been planted a long time ago. Give her a little tickle to free them up. I'm gonna set it in, and I like to start out with the fluff around the base of this to start, over the top, over the sides. Then I come back the same way we filled this hole. I'm going about half and half. Native soil to the fluff. And there she is. You make your holes like this and plant, it's kind of like growing in containers, except for there's something cool about doing it in the ground. So once all these plants are in the ground, we have these areas pretty close amended. We got different mulches going on here. While we're growing food, we are also building the soil. The soil life, the worms and the fungi are traveling between the root systems here. The roots are breaking up some of this deep clay, and then once these plants die back, those roots are going to die back, rot, create more organic matter in this soil. Actually, when we come back with some cardboard and wood chips and cover it, we're going to have good soil underneath. And I use this same method when I'm planting in wood chips. I pull the chips to the side, I go through the cardboard, I go down to the native soil, amend the native soil with the root ball, and then we remulch with the wood chips. Doesn't matter if you're growing figs, comfrey, or bananas. It works for everything. Even cardboard. Cheap, easy, and effective, and it allows you to build your soil while growing a garden at the same time. Give this a shot wherever you're planting. Thanks for watching.